and what changes have you made to be able to move forward. And yeah, slowdowns are going to happen, roadblocks are going to happen, but it's not how many times you fail, it's the times that you decide to get up and keep going and fighting what you want.
Oh, we have a special guest on the podcast today. She's a mother, she's an entrepreneur, she is a mindset coach, and she is a podcast host for The Words of Wisdom. I'm so happy to have Lizbeth Rivera here. We call her DivaLiz. I just say, hey girl, hey. Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, honey.
So how are you feeling today? Let's start there. How are you feeling?
I am good. I am really good. I am in a very good space right now, and I'm very excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
Absolutely. So interesting. I was thinking and kind of prepping for the conversation, because I don't really want to call it an interview, but a conversation. And I was thinking about how, just like you, we end up in careers or business paths that were probably impacted by personally. So for me, for example, when I was on my fitness journey personally, I took a Zumba. And so I found a class that I loved, an instructor that I loved, but I was so inspired by it that I wanted to become an instructor. So you're a mindset coach. What were the events that led you to becoming a mindset coach?
I think one of the things that got me there was COVID. It was during COVID, and we see life as normal, and then when COVID happened, nobody know what to do. We were all like in a shock. Okay, what is this? Let's go back to the normal. But what is the normal? You know what I mean? So during that time, I was able to work from home. So there was a course they came up, and I was like, you know what? I want to do something different. So let me dive in. And COVID gave me kind of like that time to dive into the course and seeing things that I wanted to change within myself and situations that I was in. So I think COVID was the perfect time to dive into mindset and to make changes within my life, since everything else was changing around me.
Yeah. COVID was a really interesting time. I think it's a time of reflection for at least me. And I know I've talked to you about it before. Just it's the moment when you realize, okay, I have no choice but to stop teaching. You can try to pivot a little bit, but it does take a toll just on your how you feel, your well-being, depending on how you handle it. But in those moments when there are obstacles or times when you have to pivot, from a mindset perspective, how do people or how do you navigate those moments? So you had COVID, if you pivoted, you became a mindset coach, but then of course life always throws us different things. So when those obstacles or roadblocks pop up, how do you stay on course? And if you fall off course, what do you do to get back into that right mindset to continue moving on, both personally and in business?
So it all depends what you're looking to work on. For example, like I said, we were all used to certain things. Nobody thought about working from home. Some people did, and they like working from home, but some of us didn't. There was people that were laid off, they didn't have like their finances to kind of continue, and they were stressed and struggling during that time. And some of us, because we're like close-minded, we stay in that box, but some of the people found, and there was alternative, like, okay, this happened. What am I going to gain from this? How am I going to keep moving forward instead of being like stuck? This is the new norm. There's no going back to what we call the normal, going into a physical place to work. Some of us had to, but some of us didn't. So how do we move out from that perspective of what normal life is? So if we think about as far as mindset, are you willing to stay where you were before COVID, or are you going to look at COVID as an opportunity to learn new skills, self-develop, come up with new strategies or a to-do list to move forward if COVID were to happen again, if something were to happen again, as far as like a pandemic or shut down? Where are you now
Mm.
before COVID or after COVID? And what changes have you made to be able to move forward? And yeah, slowdowns are going to happen, roadblocks are going to happen, but it's not how many times you fail, it's the times that you decide to get up and keep going and fighting what you want. Life doesn't stop on COVID, it continues. It helps us evolve more, it helps us to develop us more as a human being. Not taking for granted the times that we were to be able outside, and now we're like all together in a place.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a relationship with the people that you were living with and everything was like on the phone and technology, now you are forced to have a relationship.
Right.
So how I know some families bonded, but some separated. So what was it about it that made us different? And
Yeah.
how are we moving forward through that?
Hmm. Yeah, I found that, with the pivoting because of COVID, that was just one example for me in the past, what, 5+ years. But, I found that I was reevaluating a lot of things, determining or deciding whether activities were still serving me, if I was giving more than I was receiving, and I had to make adjustments. But then after that initial period, it's then figuring out ways to still um, maintain that mindset that keeps you healthy. And so, of course, you and I have had conversations about building habits, creating new habits, but I think, you have those moments, those pivotal moments, and then you have to evaluate a lot of things, but then also have systems or tools in place that help you stay on track. So for you personally, yeah, so for you personally, like in your life and as it impacts your personal life relative to your business, how do you maintain to the best of your abilities that mindset of identifying what you want, what you don't want, being focusing on forward motion, things like that, whatever it looks like for you.
So it's all about reflection. So
Yeah.
reflecting on what you had, where you want to go, and where you are right now.
Mm.
So if I want, for example, if I want to be more healthier, COVID gave me that chance to be more healthier because now I'm home. I don't have the choice to go out and get fast food. Now I have
Mhm.
to make the meals at the house. So it all depends on what is it that you want in life. So reflecting on where you were, where you are now, and what is it that you need to do to where you want to be in the near future. So
Right.
reflection and just taking perspective of your current life and
Mhm.
the activity that you're able to do and not do.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like what you're saying. If a person says they want to start a podcast, maybe it means that you are writing every single day, but doing the things specifically that lead you towards whatever that vision of yourself looks like. So if it's being healthy or being physically fit, it's deciding or taking care of being sure that the tasks that you take every day or do every day align with that vision of yourself. So I was like, all right, if I want to be physically fit, if I want to feel a certain way, will these large French fries help me right now? Probably not. you know, but if you have them one time, it's okay. But if it becomes a habit where every single day you're getting large fries, you're stepping on your own toes and you're
Exactly.
stopping
Exactly.
your growth. Yeah.
It's all being clear of, where you want to be. What is
Mhm.
it that you are working on currently right now? And is it that, like you mentioned, if we're going to go with fitness, and not being able to go to the gym, but can you work out at your house? Do you have stairs where you can go and up and down? Do you have a yard where you can go outside and walk? Because COVID happened during kind of like spring, summertime. So we had good weather, not
Mhm.
to only stuck in the house, but if you have a space to go outside, you were able to go outside and start that new habit. The shutdown happened for whatever amount of period of time, which it gave us enough time to create new habits to be consistent on that
Mhm.
life we wanted to create or evolve as a either a mindset coach, a podcaster, uh, uh, being healthy and fit, whatever it was COVID gave us the opportunity and the time frame to build some consistent habits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and something you said when you think about like in those moments, whether it's COVID or not, it's thinking outside of the box to say, okay, there is some limitation right now, but if I have my eye on the prize, what else can I do to still reach that goal? The traditional way is gone. Okay, I can't go to the gym right now, but yes, you can walk, you can take the stairs, you can run in place. It's so many different things you can do, but you have to change the mindset or your perspective of what it looks like to do that thing to reach the goal. You know, it's easier to fall into whatever's you're accustomed to, but sometimes it's not there, and so you have to get creative or find a mindset coach to help to help you see that. You know, help you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right.
It's all being clear of where you want to go and what you want to be, either in business or in your personal life. How clear do you want to be? How clear are you on where are you going to move? What's your next step? And the more that you're clear, the more that you can set up like a to-do list of, okay, I need to do this and I'm going to do it for this amount of time and be consistent. And yes, things are going to happen where you're not going to be able to do all those things. But again, you have to be consistent. What is it that you want? And is it important to you enough that you're going to continue doing it to be better?
Mm. So yeah, so that's right. So the to-do list. And so kind of what I was going to ask you is about what your advice would be to someone who, let's say, is on a personal wellness journey, but also an entrepreneur. And if they want to see elevation in their business in the next 6 months, um, what would you recommend to them that they do on a consistent basis to be able to reach that elevation they're looking for, if that makes
Right.
sense?
So, yes, it does. So if someone is looking to elevate within the next 6 months, first we need to look at what we have been doing within the past. What has worked and what hasn't worked. And then from there, eliminate the things that are not serving you. Why continue doing the things that are not serving you is not going to elevate you within the next 6 months. So let's be clear of where we want to be within the 6 months. So, for example, we're going to use fitness again. If I want to be at a certain weight, at a certain body mass, I need to write down the steps that I need to take to get there. Is it increasing the times that I go to the gym? Is it lifting heavy? Is it a new meal plan? The old one is not going to work because I already did it. So now we need to create a new meal plan that is going to get me to where I want to be within the next 6 months. And is it important to you to get there? Because we can always make excuses of why we didn't make it. So it's not just doing the work, but doing the right kind of work. It's not being busy, it's being consistent and knowing that what the task that you're doing is getting you to the next level.
Exactly. Yeah, same thing with the business, fitness, wellness, business. You want to identify or ensure that when you're taking some kind of action, that it's actually purposeful. You know, because I can be busy or you can be busy in business, and at the end of the day, you're exhausted, but you haven't done anything in the business that's going to help you produce income or revenue. So yeah, it's being very particular and specific about the actions. And I find that it's also helpful to have some level of accountability, whether it is a person, whether it's public, where you're posting on social media, or you have communities where you can share what you're doing, whether that's business or personal. It's helpful at the same time because we all need someone to say, hey, Cheryl, you know, I know you said you wanted to do XYZ thing. What's going on? It's a simple question. What's going on? And then let me talk about it and then say, all right, well, you know, you probably could do this a little bit differently.
It is super important to build new habits, not wait to the new year's. Let's not wait until January 1st, we're gonna be fit, we're gonna have the new business, we're gonna have the new mindset. Why wait? We still have 31 days, 30 days. If
Right.
if we don't count today, you still have 30 days to build new habits, to create a new you. So let's not wait to the New Year's to be like, okay, this is my New Year's resolution. Let's start working on that right now because if it's important to you, you made the time to make it happen.
Hmm. And the parallel in business, a successful business isn't waiting until January 1st to work on the things to make them successful. They've already planned their first quarter of the year, so it's a parallel approach to everything. You can't just do it in the moment. I mean, you can. It's great that you make a decision on a Monday to do something, but yeah, use the time that you have, map out something that is 30 days out, 60 days out, and you do the work now. So you're creating momentum now towards that goal,
Absolutely.
personal wellness, business, whatever that looks like. Yeah. We
Absolutely.
are a bit, our bodies are like a business, so we can treat it like that. So what we want to see in the first quarter of 2026, we're planning for now and putting the work in now for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So when someone is looking to, whether it is personally or they need some sort of mindset resetting, and they happen to be entrepreneurs, or maybe they're not, how can they find you to work with you so that you can help them along the way with their specific journey?
They can find me at my Instagram, which is DivaLiz Rivera. I see my Instagram as a portfolio, right? You can see where I started and where my mindset was when I started posting videos and how I have evolved because every day we made different decisions. Every day we grow. Every day we learn something different, right? But you can see the growth that I have made within, I don't know, the years as a way of where my mindset works. And I see my Instagram kind of like as a portfolio um, for new clients.
Great. So they'll get to see what it looks like for you, and then when they work with you, they get to experience whatever method you have in place or approach you have to helping them as a client. Perfect. I love that. I love it. Yeah. So I am happy that we had this conversation. I mean, of course, we talk often. This is not the only my first time meeting you, but I'm happy to have the conversation with you. I'm happy to have the conversation with you in this way. So thank you so much for your time today.
You're welcome anytime. And yes, like you said, we talk often, so we get to kind of like use each other as an accountability partner to where we're going and what we have done and what we're planning to do. And I am very grateful to be part of this episode and future episodes and to be able to help others to break that cycle of comfort and evolve to the new person that they desire to be.
Love that. And as a testament to what you're saying and what you've talked about so far, the fact that I have revisited this podcast after a hiatus of like 7 years or so speaks to the value in the conversations that we have and your insight and perspectives on things. So anyone who works with you will be quite lucky.
Oh, thank you for that word.
You're welcome. Thank you again for hanging out.
You're very welcome anytime.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.